those kinds of situations, we work on them every Friday and Saturday, and it's boring because you might go 3 years without calling them. And those guys stuck with it, especially this year, and they executed that one for sure.
Was it exactly how you drew it up? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had Gronk deep on that, almost like a Hail Mary type of block. Did you guys notice that? Did you see that as a vulnerability?
I think it was more all of us noticed it because we weren't thinking we were going that, pushing it down the field like that, so we didn't really think that was relevant to us.
Is there any comparable moment in your career that you can think of?
I've seen a couple of these. Been lucky enough to be on this side of the ball, and I've been on the other side of the ball before. But as a head coach, this is first time for sure.
What's the feel sort of in the locker room after a game like that?
I mean, it's a lot of excitement. Those guys are fired up. They did a great job the whole game, just sticking together, and things don't always go your way, and the ups and downs of the game. Those guys just keep fighting.
What about Ryan and what he was able to accomplish after getting his foot stepped on?
I mean, I don't think there's any question on whether or not he's tough. It seemed like, after that he did a good job of just kind of avoiding the hits that he was taking in the first half. He was moving at the right time. It kind of screwed a couple things up. We had a lot of things that we wanted to get to, that involved him, but got a little nervous to call him just because he wasn't moving like he normally would.
How much was he hurt?
I mean, he was in good pain. I mean, you saw how his ankle, that probably didn't feel good.
Special teams, you always pride yourself in strong special teams. Today,
Yeah, I think they got us on obviously those rushes. We'll have to get those cleaned up. I thought Rizzy did a good job at halftime of coming in and at least adjusting the protection, make sure that didn't happen. We probably lost a little production in that unit, in the second half, but this is something that at least when we go back on Monday, we'll be able to fix and get cleaned up and then make sure that we can adjust for any other teams down the road.
What do you think of the defensive performance? Obviously, you're short-handed today going against Brady.
I mean, their job is to fight 60 minutes and try to keep those guys out of the end zone as much as possible. And offensively, we had to score one more point. And they had some big stops in the game, and we didn't take advantage of them on offense. And there was a couple times where they drove the ball down the field. But that's going to happen against Tom and his crew.
How did you guys went to more of a rugby style punt on the second half? Was that something you had a lot of time in practice this week to work on, or just in general?
I mean, we've been working on it all year, so that was the first time it really kind of came up.
Coach, I'm not sure if you've been asked this, but just your thoughts on that last play and the emotions that you went through during that.
I think I was really mad at Devontae at one point because I thought he had a chance to turn and run, but he made a good decision. Those guys executed as well as you could with bodies around. I mean, when we practice that stuff, it's usually on air, and you don't really know how it's going to turn out. So those guys did a good job of slowing themselves down and doing the right thing as far as pitching when they needed to pitch, and then Kenyon realized that he had a lane and he took it.
What does a win like this do for your football team with 3 games left looking forward? It's got to give you a big emotional lift, I would assume.
Yeah, I mean, basically we're playing 1 week at a time right now. I mean, any loss for us could be the end. So we just have to make sure that we refocus on Wednesday and get things cleaned up and get ready for the next one.
Where did Bryce Butler fit in your game plan?
What's that?
Where did Bryce Butler fit in your, not Butler, the running back, Brandon Bolden? Where did he fit in your game plan?
We started using him last week. We've been kind of waiting to use him, and we had some things for him last week. Got him in there on a touch, and I think Drake and him had another play together that didn't work out too well. But You know, he runs hard. He was a really good running back coming out of college. Kind of waiting to use him. You know, he's so valuable in special teams that he's getting a lot of snaps there, but we got enough packages with him in him that when he touches the ball, he can be explosive.
Did you consider anything else for the last play, like a regular Hail Mary or anything?
That was the one.